welcome to the podcast, The Reading Railroad. Today we're going to be looking at a website. It's waterford.org. Waterford.org. Basically, waterford.org seeks to blend the best aspects of learning, science, mentoring, relationships, innovative technology to form community, school, and home programs to deliver excellency and equity for all learners. Waterford.org was founded by Dr. Dustin Houston, a pioneering educator who believed every child is entitled to lifelong learning success. Over the years, Dr. Houston built a collaborative model of child-family educator engagement that delivers significant and lasting academic achievements. Gains in 2009, a model was launched in Utah with Dr. Claudia Miner as Waterford Upstart, a kindergarten readiness project serving 4-year-old children and their families. Funded by Utah State Legislature, Waterford Upstart delivers computer adaptive instruction at home alongside personalized support from family education license who monitor progress and empower parents as their child's first teachers. Thanks to generous sponsors and partners, Waterford Upstart has expanded in more than 15 states. Waterford serves 300,000 children annually through at-home and in-school programs. At-home and in-school. The number is continuously growing. Their beliefs: while every individual has capacity for growth at every stage of life, childhood academic experiences are uniquely critical for setting a lifetime learning trajectory. In Philadelphia, nearly 2/3 of children cannot read at grade level by the 4th grade, a challenge made worse by a shortage of pre-kindergarten program access. Thanks to philanthropic support and local partnership with Read by Fourth, Waterford.org, delivered by Waterford Upstart at no cost to families in the community, including Kimberly Johnson and her 5-year-old son Kingston. But anyway, I got on this website and I was trying to find some quotes by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And so on this website, here it had all kinds of quotes. And that's waterford.org. Waterford.org. So I challenge you just to just go to the website and just any websites. Let's see, PBS. PBS has a list of good books that you can get. One's by Jean Marzullo, and illustrated by J. Brian Pinkney, and it's entitled Happy Birthday, Martin Luther King. Like I said, there's a lot of books on here that it recommends, children's books. The story of Ruby Bridges. The story of a brave 6-year-old child who found the strength to walk through protesters and to enter a whites-only school in New Orleans in 1960. It's a good little book to read, and actually a story that many people doesn't even know. It's an awesome story of courage. So let's read a little bit of quotes. Here's one quote by Martin Luther King Jr. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. I've decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. I particularly like that one because love is more powerful than hatred. Always more powerful than hatred. I often say, let's pass on love to other people out there. Let's pass our love and our peace and our joy to other people out there. Let's be an encouragement. Let's smile and sometimes just a little smile. It's universal. You know what I'm saying? I walk sometimes through the stores and I just smile at people just to see. I just smile as big as I can. Just to see if they will smile back. And let me tell you, they will. They'll smile right back at you because it's universal. And just a smile from someone might encourage somebody, might brighten their day. Okay? But choose love over hatred. I think it's former First Lady Michelle Obama. They were talking about people that was giving former President Barack Obama a hard time, and she's like, well, when they go low, you go high. When they go low, you go high. And I've thought about that many times. That's the truth. When they go low, you go high. You're better than what people is that might make fun of you or might poke fun at you. She's saying, hey, you're better than that. Don't get on their level. Another quote by Martin Luther King Jr. is, faith is taking the first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase. Ain't that the truth? Sometimes we just got to take that first step. Whether it be in our schools, colleges, whether it be in our workplace, we just got to take that first step. And of faith. Even when we can't see the whole staircase, got to take that first step. Another quote by Dr. Martin Luther King, courage is an inner resolution to go forward despite obstacles. Another Martin Luther King Jr. quote, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. By all means, keep moving. I love that. I love that. Got to keep on moving. Keep on having that faith. Keep on moving. The other day when I shared the book of the two devotions that they put together, the book The Measure of a Man by Martin Luther King, I really enjoyed that book, and even some of the quotes that was in there I find even on here, but if you go back to that podcast that I done, if you go back and look at that podcast that I've done, you can see that The Measure of a Man by Martin Luther King. Two very good devotions, and I encourage you, buy some extra copies. Like I said in that video, buy some extra copies of that book. Give to your family and friends because it's a powerful book. Martin Luther King, another quote, we cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. A very good quote. And I don't want to walk alone. And I want to be out there to walk with other people. You know what I'm saying? That's out there. I want to walk with other people and make a difference. Be an encouragement. Lift them up. Let's see here. And here's another quote by Martin Luther King Jr. that I really love. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You cannot, let me rephrase that. Everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and your verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. And that's so true. Everybody can help somebody out there. Everybody can do their part to help someone that's in need. Maybe someone that's having a bad day. Pick up the phone, call somebody. We have internet. We have Facebook. We can message each other. We can text each other. We can call each other, like I said, on the phone. We can go and visit, our neighbors. I have a dear friend up in Indiana. She was actually Donna Miller. She was actually the schooling room monitor for many, many years at the high school where I went. And what that is, I went to a Christian school, ACE, American Christian Education, and we scored our own work. Well, she was there, and she would check our books to make sure that we wasn't cheating, to make sure we was grading our work the way it should be. So that's what her job was to do. So she would hand us like if we had a book that we were doing, we'd done all the tests and stuff, we'd go in and we'd score our work, and she'd hand us the book that had the answers in it. She was in charge of keeping all the answers in the whole school. So that's what she was in charge of. But anyway, she taught me a lot. But the last time I talked to her, she was making cookies for a neighbor, that wasn't feeling too good. She was making chocolate chip cookies. Hey, make me some chocolate chip cookies and I'll be your friend, because I love chocolate chip cookies. I'm like the cookie monster, I guess. All right. Martin Luther King Jr., a quote from him: "Mother dear, one day I'm going to turn this world upside down." Martin Luther King Jr. also said this quote: "If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, as Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth will pause to say, 'Here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well.'" And I think we all have little jobs that we do that we might consider little, but they're important. Whether you're a bus driver or a cook in a school, or a teacher or a teacher's aide or a nurse, or a receptionist at a doctor's office, or mechanic, whatever it could be, we all have that particular thing that we're good at doing, and let's do it well. And let's make a difference by the job that we do. I love this quote here. Here's one of my favorite ones too. By Martin Luther King Jr. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Light and love. Light and love. I love that. Like I said, just a lot of different quotes out there. Martin Luther King Jr., this quote here says, "The time is always right to do right." The time is always right to do right. Ain't that the truth? My Aunt Boots would often say to me, "Now, Jason, two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs don't make a right." And I've often thought about that. I've had people that might want to do me wrong or something, and we all have times like that, I guess, but two wrongs never make a right. Here's a quote, very, very great quote. Well, two very great quotes here by Martin Luther King Jr. "If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way." I've often told many people, even inside the churches, you don't have to be a pastor of a church to do something good for somebody. You can be an encouragement to the singers, or be an encouragement to the music players that's out there, that's in your church. Maybe you got a piano player in your church. You could encourage them. We can all do something good. "We must live together as brothers, or perish together as fools." Ain't that the truth? Gotta live and walk in love. Gotta learn to do that with the Lord Jesus Christ. Martin Luther King, in his book, the two sermons that I read, very powerful. Anyway, listen to this. Here is a very good quote by Martin Luther King Jr. "We have flown in the air like birds. We have swum the seas like fishes, but have yet to learn the simple act of walking the earth like brothers." So true. So very, very true. He talked about, and I mentioned this on my podcast, like I said, you can go back and read about the book, The Measure of a Man, by Dr. Martin Luther King. The United Church of Christ actually compiled them into book form because they wanted to share with so many people that wanted to share that book. But he writes about the Good Samaritan. And I really love that. Let's all be a Good Samaritan. Let's all walk together. If you see your brother down, even a sister, brother or sister, if you see them down and struggling under the burden of life, reach down and help them up. Reach down and help them up. Let's see here. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., "It doesn't matter how long you live, but how well you do it." I've heard a song, and it said, actually the title of his the line in between. And it's the line in between two dates on the stone, talking about the headstone. You know, all that matters is that line in between. That's all that's going to matter in our life. You know, when we're passed away, are they going to remember the good that we done? Or are they going to remember the love and joy and peace that we've passed on to others? Or are we going to be remembered by our hatred? We're going to be remembered for passing on evil acts. I mean, I don't want to pass that on. I want to pass on my love and joy. You know, I'm a firm believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. I want to pass on the love and joy, peace, being a good neighbor, you know. And really, the Good Samaritan, who was a neighbor to that guy, he helped that guy out. Your neighbor is not just the people that lives around you, it's everybody that you come in contact with every day. That's reading Jesus said, love thy neighbor as thyself, as thyself. Dr. Martin Luther King, here's another quote by him, and I will leave you with this quote. Hatred paralyzes life, love releases it. Hatred confuses life, love harmonizes it. Hatred darkens life, love illuminates it. And anyway, just wanted to share some of them with you, and that's at waterford.org. Just stumbled upon that website, but there's, like I said, all kinds of websites you can go to and get information off of. PBS has several videos out there. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the podcast, and maybe you got a specific quote that you like from Martin Luther King. I want to ask you to share that quote that you might enjoy by Dr. Martin Luther King, or maybe something that you learned about Dr. Martin Luther King, maybe in school, church, or maybe something passed on to you. Share a memory or share a quote. I would love to read it. God bless you.